There are many reasons why tourists get looked at by the authorities, and two of the main reasons are overstaying your visa. Now, often that is just a mistake. You get to the airport, you pay a fine for 1 million rupiah. Obviously, if you're a family of 4, that's 4 million, and off you go. But some people are long-term stayers, and this always interests the authorities. The second reason is thuggery, people behaving badly. The person we're going to look at today in Foreigners Behaving Badly hits both of those marks. He was of an interest to the authorities because he was a thug and he had overstayed his visa. Okay, we're going to eat, and then after that I'll tell you Monsieur Sabet's story. And yes, he's from France. Hi there, who am I with? What's your name?
My name is Lisma. Hi.
Lisma?
Yeah.
And where are you from, Lisma?
I'm from Bali.
Excellent. And where are we? What is the name of this restaurant?
Jalapeno restaurant.
And how long have you been open?
Already 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do we have here? What's this?
This is our taco, legs of the mushroom taco.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one?
It's a carne asada taco, and then we have the free chip for you also.
And free water.
Yeah, and then free water. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What's your name, Mr.?
Philip.
Mr. Philip.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Philip.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anak Agung Sugianto had been living in Bali for almost 2 years when he became to the attention of the authorities. He was an ex-MMA professional. He'd had 3 fights, lost them all, but he had 2 major problems. The first was he was a thug. He was resident in Canggu and very infamous. He'd been banned from most of the gyms through poor behaviour. He'd even gone to restaurants, eaten and refused to eat. Absolutely appalling behaviour. The second reason, of course, from the authorities, because he'd been living here 2 years, he had had a business visa which he'd extended. He'd stopped extending his visa. So the authorities, specifically immigration, had called him in. They weren't deporting him, calling him into a consultation. He misthought this. He thought he was being deported, and this would lead to a huge problem. Immigration had already summoned Sabet to immigration office 3 times. This time, and because of his reputation, they asked the police to accompany them. They went to his villa in Canggu, and when they knocked on the door, he came out brandishing a knife and screaming at them. On the description below, I'll give the video which shows this, because it was actually video, almost the whole incident. So, he's got his knife and he starts running at the police. The police turn round, run. Unfortunately, one of the police officers stumbles and he plunges the knife into the police officer over 10 times. Unfortunately, this was to be fatal. As can be seen in the video too, the police then shoot numerous rubber bullets at Sabet, who, after 5 or 6 hits, stumbles and falls. But they keep going with the rubber bullets, almost till they're out. Also, somebody, though it's not quite sure who, shoots him with a live bullet. In his autopsy, as well as gunshots, as well as rubber bullets, it would find 13 stab wounds on him. So there may have been a bit of retribution too. But who cares? This guy was a thug. For whatever reason, whether it's steroids, drugs, anything, there is absolutely no reason to cause problems in Bali. Sabet went over the line. We all make mistakes, but of course, murdering a police officer. I'm quite happy that justice was served and no prison time was ever served by Mr. Sabet because he was dead.